Hi, I'm Jeff from One A Auto. Today I'm going to show you how to take this grille off of this 2010 Toyota Rav4. So we're going to get started by taking off this panel right here. We're just going to get in, and these ones come out. You just push down the center and then you can pry it up like that. That one's already down. Like that. Push. There we go. There's that one. You can go ahead and do the same with the rest of them. And then you can go ahead, and this just lifts, slide it back, and out. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and take off the bumper. And we're gonna start along the top here. There's a couple of these push clips and then 2 Phillips screws. So to get these push clips off, you just get in under with a screwdriver, pull up the top, and then it pulls right out. You can go ahead and do that for these other ones. And then while we're right here, we'll get this Phillips. These screws ended up being a little rusty, and they're kind of stuck, so we're just going to get a little bit of rust penetrant in here. Give that a second to soak in. All right, now that we've given that a minute for the rust to break free, we can just go ahead. All right, we got that one out, and then we can go ahead and get this other one on the other side. And then right here, this is actually one of those pop clips too. So we just need to pry up the top of it, and then it comes out. So right here we have another clip that attaches this liner to the bumper. All you need to do is turn it a quarter turn, and then it will just pry right out, just like that. Okay, and then after you take this clip out, this just separates away, and you can see hiding behind right here we have another 10mm screw that secures the bumper to the fender. And you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So now we're going to take a look underneath. We've got a bunch of things that we need to remove to separate the bottom of the bumper. We've got some more of these clips, and then we've got a couple screws that are either 10mm or Phillips. So we've got here, 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 which we are missing, here, and then here and here. All right, just like the other ones, we're just gonna pop out the top. These ones are down on the bottom, so of course they've filled up with all kinds of sand and road junk over the years. So these are not coming out very easily. There we go. And if you wind up breaking any of these plastic pieces, we sell an entire kit of Toyota fasteners on oneaauto.com. So now let's go ahead and we'll get off these 10mm screws. One there. There would be one there, and there, and there. We're gonna skip right to here. And this one right here. All right, now that we've got all the fasteners off, all we have to do is get a good grip and rip. Oh, look at that, I got it all in one to go. Okay, so to take this grille off of the bumper, first of all, you're going to want to lay your bumper down on a blanket or a piece of cardboard or something to keep from scratching it. We're going to go ahead and take off these 3 10mm bolts to start. After you get those 10mm bolts out, you're going to want to pry off these brackets that they were screwed into. So you can just take a flat blade screwdriver and get under the tab here, and it should just push right off. And you can do that with the other 2. With those brackets off, that's going to let these tabs slide through. Then this grille is also attached to this weather stripping along the top. there are a bunch of these hooks where you can just stretch the weather stripping and slip it right off. You can do that all along the front here where it's attached to the grill. Now, after we've got everything unfastened, the grill will just pull right out. All right, we're going to put this grill back into the bumper. We're just going to line up all of these tabs, push it in. Then we can go ahead and reattach the weather stripping. It might be helpful to use a flat blade screwdriver just to help you hold things in position while you stretch the weather stripping over. Go like that, get under. Just pull it over to the other side. Like that. You can do the same thing for all the other ones along the front here. All right, now that we've got the grill in place, we just need to reinstall these brackets for the bolts. Just slide it right on until it clicks in. And we can go ahead and take our 10mm bolts. They went in from the bottom. Just start each one in loosely. Then we can go back, tighten them up. They just need to be snug. You don't want to do too tight because this is all just plastic. Snug. And snug. Now we can go ahead and put the bumper back on the vehicle. All right, here's our bumper. We're just going to set it in place right here to start with. I'm going to take my 2 screws to hold it in place while I work on the rest of the stuff. I'm just going to put them in loosely now. We'll come back and tighten them down at the end. All right, so now that we've got it secured up top, we can go ahead and start putting it back in place over here. We've got some tabs on the back of the bumper here that just kind of rest underneath the headlights. And then we've got these tabs that are gonna lock in right here. So make sure you get these ones right under the headlight, and then these ones will press right in. And then you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take this 10mm screw that holds the bumper onto the fender. We're just gonna get it started here. All right, and we're just gonna tighten that till it's snug. It doesn't need to be too tight, just enough to hold on. All right, now that we've got that screw taken care of up there, we can take the rest of this panel, slide it in behind the bumper, get this piece tucked into this bracket right here. Piece fits in like that. And then we take this pin, it's got the little wings on it. They line up with the slot in this bracket here. When everything is lined up, you can push it right in. Like that. And then to secure it in place, you can take a flat blade screwdriver or something similar. Just give it a little turn, and now it's locked in. Then you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now that we're down here, we've got some screws and some clips that we need to put in. We'll start with the screws. We're gonna want one going here and here. We were missing a few, but if you still have them, you're gonna want them all along here. So we'll start down on this end. Okay, we've got our screws in. Now we've just got one of these clips that goes in on this side. push it in to lock it, and then another one on the other side. All right, so now that we've got everything on the sides and underneath finished, we can come back up here to finish up the top. We're gonna tighten down these screws, and then we've got 3 more clips to put in right here. So we have our clips that we're gonna put back. This one in the middle has a bumper on the top of it. So we're gonna start with that one. We just slide it right in, push it down to lock it, and then you can do the same thing with the other 2. Now we can go ahead and finish tightening down these screws. All right, now we can go ahead and put this trim piece back. It just sets in like that. And then we're going to secure it with a whole bunch of the clips with the center button. So we'll start down on this side. Just push it in, push down the button.
Thanks for watching. Visit 1AAuto.com for quality auto parts shipped to your door, the place for DIY auto repair. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button.